I get this question every week. How's your Aqara non-neutral switches? Any issues? Any flickers? Like, why aren't you using the neutral one? Isn't neutral better? And this is my full video answer. And before I go on further, I just want to thank you guys for watching my videos. I may not express this enough, but I meant it from my heart. It makes me so happy to hear from you guys through comments and IG. I really wish my videos are helpful to you. That's all I care about. And to the sellers on AliExpress, stop stealing my videos. Okay, throwback to what I did more than a year ago. I decided that I was gonna install the switches on my own. I do have some basic knowledge on how to do that because I used to help at this hardware shop where my mom worked, and I personally like to analyze stuff too much, so the installation was quite straightforward for a one-way switch. And recently I tried the new Aqara D1 switches, again non-neutral, but the situation here was that I had to convert a two-way switch into one-way, and I have zero knowledge on how to do that. I did try it on my own, but it was a failure. In the end, I asked for help from one of my viewers. Shout out to HGST, you were a great help at my darkest moment. We did the testing over WhatsApp. He gave me a diagram on how to reroute it. Everything worked out. In my head, I'm still thinking, how did this amazing thing happen to me? Like, he's from Malaysia and he's helping me from WhatsApp. Now, I missed out a story on where I engaged an electrician who came here and gave me a full story on why he couldn't fix it, and I did pay him for his time at his rates. Moral of the story, engage someone who dealt with smart switches and know what they are doing. Okay, first problem, flickering. I only experienced it like once in a blue moon, and I would say less than 10 times so far, and that's only in the bathroom. But I have a friend, his name is Hazik. He told me that he used a capacitor because he was experiencing so much flickering. He added a capacitor and it stopped flickering. And there's some truth to that. If you've seen my last few house tours, I did one at my brother's place. The installation was done by a licensed electrician where I had the chance to ask some questions if the lighting is less than 7 watts. A capacitor is needed to act as a resistant to make it more stable. In other words, no flickering. Next question, has any of the switches fused or did I replace any? My answer is no, but do I know someone who did that? Yes. It's the same viewer, HGST, who said he replaced 11 out of 13 switches and he's using the non-neutral ones in Malaysia. And my guess is that there may be different versions because I remember talking about the wireless switches where they look the same, but they are actually different versions. I encounter frequent disconnection with one switch but not the other. In my previous video, I did a house tour at Canberra where my friend is using the non-neutral with no issues so far. Next question, why can't I find the switches in the Mihome app? Because Aqara is not available in Singapore and you have to switch to China to use it. Which ecosystem should I choose? If you ask me, the answer is obvious. Because the app is the cleanest, you only need one app for everything. The automation at this moment is stronger than Google. Let me give you an example. I could group all lights on the ceiling, the street light, behind the TV, and the AC into groups and put all these groups into this switch button. And with one touch, it's faster than Goodnight Google because I go in and out here very often. Wait, don't get the wrong impression. I do like Google. I just don't like voice commands at this point, and I even programmed Xiaomi to talk to Google for me. But will Google be able to do that in the future? Yes, maybe. Will Google be able to integrate all into one app like Xiaomi? One more thing I did, I got my Zemismart blinds in the Google system to work with my Aqara switches. How did I do that? Shout out to Sean for sharing this with me. I connected with him online and he told me to buy Smartlife, also known as Tuya on the app, to Mihome, and I asked Xiaomi to run the commands for me. Firstly, it doesn't appear on the app, so you can't automate directly. I did a workaround on the app and it's almost like automating Google and Xiaomi together. It's not common because you can't do this on Google and only possible on Xiaomi. Now, you see why I like Xiaomi? I could also tell Xiaomi through voice, but I don't do voice commands. It's just my preference. I prefer widgets, phone apps, switches. That works for my lifestyle. Okay, tutorial time. I wanted to show you how I connect the Smartlife to Mihome. So in the Smartlife app, you see that I have the smart blinds. I have the smart plugs here. I also have IR. So in the Mihome app, go to Profile, go to Other Platform Devices, and you want to link Smartlife to Mihome. And Smartlife is known as 兔牙智能 in Chinese. So just go to Add. It's a bit slow here. And look for 兔牙智能. If you don't understand Chinese, just look for this. And then you will log into your account. So after you've done that, you will notice that it doesn't show up. The blinds, the plug, it doesn't show up here. But it will still work with the automation. You just got to know how. So under automation, what I've done with my Aqara Switch, which I love very much, I could double press the buttons and then I connect it to Xiaomi. I run a custom directive to close the curtain. So these three words, 光窗帘, is a Chinese word to close it, and it will execute silently. It's my favorite too because I don't want any noise. So with the Xiaomi TV, it's using a Bluetooth controller, and then the TV is connected to the Google Home. You can't even connect it to Mi Home. And the controller is Bluetooth, so I don't have anything to control the Bluetooth. So I very much want to off the TV without using my voice or the controller. So I done a complete manually automation to dictate the paragraph to say turn off the TV.
Okay, Google, turn off the TV.
Okay, turning the TV off.
So that's the thing, I got Xiaomi to talk to Google. And I did the same with the robot, because the robot that I'm reviewing, they are all the Singapore set. So it doesn't connect to the China region. So this is the only way that I'm able to automate by crossing regions through Xiaomi speaker, is to tell to stop the Robot Pro. So for the hall switch that I have shown you in the video, if you single press it, it will turn off my air conditioner. It will run the automation for all the lights to turn it off, and then it will run the automation where I did just now to turn off the TV with Google. Okay, to sum things up, my Aqara switches, they are working fine. I have two versions. The very first Aqara, which I have it on here for more than a year, and the new D1 in the living room. All are non-neutrals. I got lucky with it. This is my experience. But what about you guys? Do you have any good experience with the non-neutral or issues? Share it with all of us in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!